Identifying.
Standby one. Let's go. Let's go.
You're about to experience the uncensored conversations, stimulating wit, and the thought-provoking wisdom. Bold, raw, and uncut. Right now, on the LanceScurv Show.
I never forget that Saturday morning. I went out and I came home and I just say, let me check at the front door because, cars are always in the garage. So I always check at the front door in case anyone leaving a package or anything at the front door. Mm-hmm. And I never forget that Saturday morning, came to the front door, all these bird seeds and bird feather by the front door on the mat place. Like somebody just sit there and just place it, just right in place. And
I remember.
And whatever.
You woke me up.
And I was like, what in the world is going on, And I called you and said, you have to come outside and see this because I don't know, this is really strange. I never see nothing like that before.
Right.
And it just ran across me this morning. We're talking, and I was saying to you this morning that I kind of know who did it, and I think this person got real sick because for me. They
got very sick. It wasn't right away, but they got.
Yeah.
I mean, sick to the point where death was the next step, from what I heard. And they're very healthy. They do take care of themselves, but they just have venom in their heart. And not to cut you, I just wanted to clarify. People would say, "Well, a bird could have got killed by a cat." It wasn't that kind of scenario. When I saw it, it was well placed. And the feathers, and feathers are light, wind blows.
Exactly.
Seeds and everything. Now, if a cat had got a hold of a bird and killed the bird, well, there would be bird feathers and blood all over the place. But this is just not that kind of neighborhood because, things in nature happen, but it's a lake across the street, woods across the street. Everything runs free. So the cats out here, they eat nothing but lizards and they're full all day long. They're not just going to sit here. They'll look at a bird real quick. They're eating lizards all day like sushi. You know what I mean? Right. And the other thing is that I could say we, but you were the one who got down and did it, and you keep the front swept well, and you hosed it down. I think we cut the grass. You watered the plants, and well until the evening when it got nighttime. We took a run out. And we came back and we peeked on everything. Everything was perfect. And I did a show that night, actually. Mm-hmm. That's when I was on Blog Talk Radio. I did a show up until about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning and went to sleep. So you were up from early. Was that like about 7:30, 8 o'clock, right?
Yeah, I got up early. I remember that morning I got up early because I had an appointment. And I got up and go. And I came back and, came back around 10 a.m. And, it's so strange that it came across my mind this morning again and to think about it. I'm the type of person that I don't matter. It doesn't matter to me what anyone tried to do to me because it's not going to work because, it's what's so awesome right now. I'm in bed and I'm so blessed that God has been so good to me, and I know that He is alive and well, and that's the greatest part of it. Blessed with life, and health and strength, and able to be blessed with a roof over my head and food on my table and clothes on my back. I am so blessed, and right now, to be honest with you, even this morning, if I find myself living underneath a tree outside, I'm happy. It's nature, and I'm happy, and I'm blessed, and God has been great, and I know He's alive and He's well, and sometimes people just don't understand it. You have to have a connection with God to really understand what I'm talking about. When I was inside my mother's womb, it's like I didn't want to stay inside my mother's womb, so I came out when I was 7 months, and God was the one that blows breath inside of me, not my mom. I was inside of my mother's womb, and God keep me warm and nice in there, but it was time for me. I was kicking and screaming, and I wanted to come out, and God just, slapped me, and I came out, and
He
there was
slapped you.
breath. Yeah, yeah. I was telling somebody about that, and they were laughing and say, you're right about that, but something. Sometimes we don't know how blessed we are, and to get up in the morning and have a sour face in the morning and acting crazy,
Get
maybe
up sucking
saying
your
some
teeth.
bad words or whatever. It doesn't, it doesn't make no sense to me. At the end of the day, you have to think how blessed you are, and God didn't have to wake you up, and if you go to your bed with the devil inside of you, so the devil will kill you in your sleep too. So you know what, you got to be careful what you're doing, and try not to do stuff to God's people that knows God and believe in him and have that connection with him. You have to be so careful, because for me, whatever you try with me, I'm telling you, one day or another, it may not happen at the same time, but it's gonna hit you back in the ass. You gotta be real careful.
Wait, you said hit you back in the ass.
Yeah,
They're gonna say, "Look at you talking holy," and you use the word ass.
Yeah, but you know what? You have an ass, right? You have to be careful. You just have to be careful what you do. Just don't try and make those mistakes. You know what? If anything, we should try to get closer to God right now. And I mean, have that kind of connection with him. Not just say today and tomorrow or later on you do a stupid thing. Just be connected, and try to leave Lucifer out of your life, and just be connected with God and get it right, because he is awesome. He's everything to us. Sometimes some of us don't know it, some know it, and some don't know it, but you have to have that real connection. You have to be close to him, be a friend to him, talk to him like you talk to a close friend, your husband, your wife, or whatever. You just have that kind of connection with God, and just make it right. Just wake up in the morning and be blessed, thankful, look outside, a beautiful day outside, and just say, Father God, I thank you so much, for blessing my soul today. I am so grateful. Even if I don't have the things maybe that I need, I am still grateful, because I'm blessed with life, and that's the greatest part. When you think about it, you breathing, you're not sick and whatever, and even sometimes you feel aches and pains and whatever, but think about it. You know what, to be honest with you, even sometimes you're feeling the greatest pain, and you think, for me, that's how I think. I don't know about you, but that's how I think. I'll feel the greatest pain. And something, I'm thinking, you know what? Even though I'm feeling this pain and it hurts, but you know what? Somebody out there is feeling worse than I do right now. So, I am grateful. I am grateful and I'm blessed, and I'm so thankful to God right now. So, you just don't know, when you're thinking about doing harms to someone, you have to think before you do things. Think, oh, God, I die for you, to save you from all the wicked, evil stuff of this world, from your sin.
And there's a lot of it too.
Yeah, and you have to hold your head up high,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like that. But Lucifer offers a substitute sweetness, and that sweetness is very addictive, because it's not a sustained thing over a long haul. It's a blast. Everything he gives you is a blast. And if you don't know the difference, it's almost like junk food as opposed to good food, good nutritious food. You feed a kid junk food all the time, he's going to want that. He's going to want that McDonald's. He's going to want those Cheetos, those cheese doodles. He's going to want that candy bar, because of the sugar. It's a blast. And it overwhelms a child's senses. And the sugary iced tea, and the salty chicken and burger, and the oily fried. I mean, it's stimulating, and it grabs you. And when that's all you know, because remember, you have a foundation in knowing about all things spiritual. You grew up that way. But what about the people who didn't grow up that way? What about the people who grew up in a house of decadence where there's no structure? There's no time to thank the Creator. And even when you don't thank Him with your words, by you being in line, you're thanking Him because you acknowledge where the line is. You don't cross the line. Crossing the line through your actions and your thoughts and what you do. See, it's easy to say the right words, but what about executing the right actions? I remember growing up and being into the gym, and, I have a keen eye when I watch people train. A person can be what appears to be out of shape, but they could have been really something big back in the day. But now they're back in the gym, but I can tell they have experience by the way they train. See, by the way they move and know how to execute the movements and the timing and what they do in the sequence in which they put their exercises together. So when a person watches a person over time and you have a keen eye, you know who's who. You know who's caught up. You know who's creeping. You know who's got that Colgate smile, and, they're not really about what they say. And many people claim to go to a church or a house of worship, a mosque or a synagogue, etc., and they're there to praise God, but you can do that anywhere. And oftentimes I find when you have these congregations of people who may not be sincere, some may be, some are misled, some are sincere, and some are not. It's easy to spot those. And it's those people, and I'm not saying I'm some holy man, but I'm trying to keep the negative energy down in my life, the negative people away from me. Those vibes average you out. Like I always say, if the number 100 was a person and the number 50 was a person and they decided to have sex, when 100 wakes up, he wakes up as 75. And the 50 wakes up and she wakes up as 75. Why? Because they averaged out. So 100 lost because 100 went to bed with something far below as far as their energies and vibration. But you know what? That negative or lower vibration person won out because they gained by sleeping with you. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to sleep with someone or actually have sex with them. You can hang around them. You can get in a conversation with them. What I notice is when I go into work every day and I deal with the public, and jump in anytime, sweetheart, I don't want to dominate this thing, right? But when I go downtown and get around the masses of people with countless spirits and charges, I like to say charge, like an electrical wire, negative or positive. When I get around them, automatically, when I'm in a full charge, I notice here come the negative people because they see me full. Well, it's a spiritual thing. It has nothing to do with religion or church. They just know they can get something out of me. I'm happy, even though I may have a mean face, but they can feel my confidence. They can feel I'm a live one. And they want to come at you. Like that floodlight in the back, when you put it on, all the creepy crawlies and things, that insects and things gravitate toward that light. Negativity gravitates toward your light to take from it, and light will gravitate toward light because now you're a kindred spirit, but you just have to be careful what's really around you.
Yeah, that's so true. You have to be so careful because people, I know people are so dangerous, even by, somebody bringing you something to eat. Just be careful, people, because you don't know who is your enemy. And people comes around you because for me, I was talking to this young lady. She is, I was training her. She's a new supervisor and I was training her. And that afternoon when I was training her, we had dinner together, and she told me one of the workers had brought her some food. But me, my mind is all over the place, and I was there sitting down thinking, why would she even, even if you know the person, and I was saying, why didn't she even take that food? The person leave the food in the refrigerator for her, and I was saying, I hope she don't eat that food. Why did she even take that food? And that's where my mind was going while I was sitting down, and I didn't say nothing to her. But then this past week here, we were talking, and the same people one of them that brought the food for her, they all turn against her now, and not talking to her. And, she got the position and all that stuff. And she telling me stuff, have confidence in me, and we're talking and stuff like that. And I was trying to tell her how to handle the situation that's going on, and I brought it up to her, and I said, what I was thinking that day when I was training you, and I see you with the food, and you told me the person that brought the food for you, and I was thinking in my mind, why did she bring you food? And I hope you don't eat the food and all this stuff, and because you can't trust these people. And so said, so done, all the things that is going on. So you have to go with your instinct, and you have to have an open mind, and think about some of the people that you have around you. And sometimes we have to shake some of these people because they don't have good interest in us and whatever.
And I just have to thank you for you spotting certain particular individuals that have been around me, not physically close, but their energy, which I always felt, because people can change, but you pointed it out, and I want to thank you for that, because I'm traveling so much more lighter now. I'm getting so much more done. Each day is even sweeter. I never hold any venom toward anybody, but the venom can't touch me now. And it's a good feeling to run clean. It's like you get a spiritual tune-up. And now, when you get that tune-up, it's like, wow, everything's running smoother because you're not clogged up with somebody else's mess.
Exactly.
Or what they want to put on you.
Exactly.
Sometimes people like to just hang around you or maintain contact with you so they can put stuff on you because they're clogged up.
And they like put a weight on you too. It's right. Like, a heavy weight on you. As I always say, and I will always say this. Me, when I'm home, I'm the type of person, if I'm not relaxing, I get things cleaned up, and I like when I'm off from work, I change the linen on the bed, and I love white linen. I have to tell you, people, I love white linen on my bed, and my pillowcase, they all have to be ironed nice and everything, and I just love to see the bed made up, and if I want to go lay in bed in
a 5-star hotel at home,
back my linen and just lay in my bed and just relax without no distraction or anything. But otherwise, when I'm home, I love, to be outside working in the yard. And as I always say, it's a really, to be honest with you, it's such a peace of mind. It takes my mind away from all the crazy stuff, the crazy news, the crazy people that doing stupid stuff, that their mind is somewhere else where I'm not there. And I want my mind to be clear. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. None of those things. That's not my mind.
You mean you're not on Facebook?
My mind is nowhere.
You're not on YouTube?
And
you're on YouTube.
I just I just love to touch the plants and see how beautiful they are. When the rain comes, I am so grateful. I'm laughing because I know my plants are happy, and they're laughing, they're happy, they wave into me and say, thank you, Father God, for sending this rain. I'm blessed, and even when I go out there and I touch them and I pull the weeds and I water them, they are so happy, and I see that they are thanking me. I just don't care what nobody think, but if you're not there and you're not connected that way, it's a whole different feeling. But I am really connected there, so I am so grateful.
See how you got me hooked on this stuff,
and and
you got me hooked. Tell everybody how you got me hooked.
Yeah, because you enjoying it too. You having fun. You having fun with it. It's a therapy.
No, it is, because I can stay up there all day.
It's a therapy, and I can tell anybody, if you're going through stress Oh my God, that thing is a therapy, and nothing else can help me like being out in my garden
in the sun
and the sun, and I looking up in the sky, the beautiful blue sky.
But this is what people come here to Florida for.
Oh my goodness!
And you got it in your backyard.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. I'm telling you. And to go out there right now, I have a plum tree in the backyard, and it's huge, but the plums are starting to get yellow and red, and
mangoes are coming.
Man, the mangoes,
watermelons are coming.
Man,
lemons are hanging.
I have a lot of pineapple right now, and I'm telling you, man, it's awesome. It's a blessing. I go out there sometimes. I have a couple blueberry trees in pots, and I go out there sometimes in the mornings, and I'm picking the blueberries and eating them. And no, it's a blessing for me. You know, it's just like touching the stuff, picking them off the tree, and just enjoying it. It makes me happy.
You got me turned out of this nature stuff. I can't even leave the house.
And that's why I'm telling you, don't let nobody take your peace of mind, your joy away, and all that stuff. The gossiping, the stupid, crazy stuff doesn't make no sense. You know what? Instead of gossiping on the phone and saying stupid things, and then you get caught up into mess and all that. One thing I can tell everyone, that I never get caught up in mess with anyone. I don't have nothing going on with anyone. I don't go in the street. I never have anything with
you can't
anyone.
hit what you can't see.
You know, but you know, like just I think I said it before, like when I just came here and I used to take the bus home, and there was a couple girls, Black Americans. You know, we are sisters, but I mean, maybe because I'm from the Caribbean, they don't maybe never care for me too much. I don't know what it was.
There are some like that,
but they were getting at me, you know, like cursing me out for no reason. They don't know me, I don't know them, you know. And for no reason they were cursing me, and I'm the type of person that kind of keep myself to myself and whatever and all that stuff.
Well, they already knew. They already knew that you weren't caught up in the toxic activities that they're caught up in, and they had to throw off on you because by standing next to you or being near you and feeling your energy, they felt or understood how dirty they really were. And I'm not saying that because you're from the Caribbean and they're Black Americans, because I'm born here. I'm Black American with of Caribbean descent.
We all one people. That's what I'm saying. You know, we all one people.
Yeah,
we all are one people, and we should try to live in peace and unity.
But there's always folks that's going to try to find that division that way, and you know, we can all find a way to be divided. I mean, we could all be Black people coming from the same town, but you're short and I'm tall, dark or light. You know, we could be Black people in the same family, but I grew up in the North and you grew up in the South. So there's always ways to find, you know, why don't we find ways to unify? And you know, like I say, yes, the whole human family, I understand that. But at first, you know, I mean, why are we so divided? And so there are times, I swear, you know, I do this stuff on YouTube. I do it for fun. And I'm going to say this. Everybody knows about the YouTube ad boycott and how we're not making any money anymore like we used to. I've always done this really for fun. I like to talk. Even my wife could tell you, listen, you know, go in your man cave. You're talking too much. I want to go to sleep. People know me for that. And it's cool. So that's what I do. That's what I've been doing before I even got online. So for me, people say, well, you ain't making no money no more. So why are you still doing this? Because it's fun. I like to communicate.
You wasn't making nothing anyway.
Right. I mean, a little $300-400 compared to these dudes.
The way I see you, to be honest, the way I
give me your point of view. Yeah, give me your perspective on that.
For me, on that, the way I see you work hard on stuff and people doesn't support you, it kind of bothers me because I mean we all are.
Well,
we all are one. I'm gonna say, you know, say just the way it is. We don't support each other, and that's a big problem. And if we were supporting each other, things would be better for all of us, you know. Because,
but you know what, though, sweetheart? You know, I don't want to be labeled because I did a video on that Sunday, and I understand the support thing, and I would never compare to other races. I don't do that. I do know that Black people are suffering and you know. But no, listen, they're suffering. They got bills to pay. I'm not a game changer. I'm taking news and reporting on something that's already out there. I understand that. So I'm not even asking, and you hate when I say, oh, I'm not asking for money. There are some, and I have to call out Brother CIA. Man, you really make a difference, man.
He he's a very, awesome guy.
Yeah,
Awesome
I mean,
guy. He support you and
yeah,
and all that stuff. And for me, it's not about a big thing or whatever, but I mean, you put a lot out there, put a lot of work, a lot of late nights and stuff like that. When
well, people don't
spending
understand
time
that
together, and we you put in all this time. I mean, for me, to be honest with you, people, I'm just gonna tell it just like it is, as a wife and all this stuff. But I think that, to be real, it doesn't have to be nothing big. And, sometimes I think that, sometimes people should think about it. This guy put a lot of hard work into late nights, stay up, all this stuff, listening to other people, problems, trying to help them and stuff like that. And I mean, if it's even $1 a month, if everybody give him $1 a month, there ain't nothing but all them equipments and all this stuff then that you bought and try to do all this stuff. It would be a big help for you to help you with all those things.
Well, but listen, let me tell you, I know exactly what you're saying, but for me, okay, and you're not going to like what I say, but I understand what you're saying, and I agree with it, but that's not why I came out to do what I do. I mean,
understood.
But see, the thing is that, like you said, right, other people's issues or whatever, well, a lot of folks got to understand, and this is not why, I'm not even talking about money. Click a button, share something. Share some of the content. That will help me more and just as much. But the point here is,
subscribe.
No. Yeah, exactly. But see, the point here is that folks are just going to refuse to do that. I'm not going. So that shows a venom and resentment. I've had friends, former friends, that they refuse. They're not sharing nothing, and it's right there.
They don't support.
No, they're not.
They don't support.
They won't. They get an attitude. I'm not so and so. So it's
that's
cool.
Nasty for you to do stuff like
it's
that.
cool
No.
because on the flip side, sweetheart, there are many wonderful people that I've met. There are many wonderful people who do support in many different ways, right?
And the thing about it, I just want
even if you know how to do something and you help me, because the thing is, you can call me 3:00 in the morning with some tears in your eyes and say, hey, I want to talk about something. And you know what? What the people don't see, right? What they don't see is the fact that most of my talking is not on a show, right? If someone says, man, I'm feeling what you say, can I talk to you for a little while? Now, I'm not saying, well, I'm like the pastor, you got to give me money for this. No, but understand there's a lot you don't see. And then there's a lot of work put in. Yes, I understand that part, but I got to answer to my creator one day. Yes, and he'll always provide for me. And like I said, there's a lot of things you don't see. So there's nothing about some ad boycott, because I've been on YouTube since with this channel 2010 and my other one 2008, and I've been online since 2002, going hard for the last 15 years. So these little people that want to cry.
And how many years, not even $1 you never get from them.
No. I'm always spending money. I'm always spending time. And I'm not using this time to complain. I love what I do.
But I want to talk about it, and I brought it up. Mm-hmm. I want to talk about it. I'm the one that brought it up because I am here and I see it, and I see how much you have to spend and all that stuff and doing all this stuff and the time and stuff like that. And I think somebody out there, the powers that be, they try to like do stuff so you don't
the technical things
or whatever,
right,
stuff like that. I know that,
and
but the devil, you know what, the devil is a liar, and to be honest with you, at the end of the day, it will work out, because for me, to be honest with you, you really have. That's why I tell people, first of all, you can say all what you want to say, you can do all what you want to do, but if you don't put your trust in Father God, the living and true God I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the fake God where some people talk about. Yeah, I'm good. I'm a Jamaican, so you will hear the patois, you will hear whatever and all that stuff, and But I'm just telling you the real one, the real.
You don't smoke weed.
Yeah,
they hear the accent. They think weed, man.
Don't say that. Don't even say that to me, because I don't go there. I'm not the person that curse bad words and drink and smoke weed.
No, I know.
And take drugs. I never do those things.
You're not a city slicker. You're from the country.
when it comes to those things, I'm clean with that. But don't try to mess with me like that, whatever, and stuff like that, because you have to be truthful, be honest and whatever, and put God first. And once you put God first, everything will come after.
Let me just say, it's a wonderful journey. It's a wonderful journey, and it's not, my journey online has been wonderful. You have folks that come around and their only goal is to promote themselves and, go to my channel and subscribe and yeah, okay. And then now what? Rome wasn't built in a day, and Rome was great, and Rome's not around anymore. You got to understand that. Everything that we see around us in man's order is only temporary. YouTube is not a job. It's not a guaranteed income. As a matter of fact, and I'm going to tell you honestly, sweetheart, since revenue has crashed, I feel free. Folks can see the things I'm doing. I'm still doing it, but it's a weight off of me.
No, but you always do it.
Exactly.
You always was doing it without pay, without nothing or whatever, and
right.
stuff like that. But right now we're gonna wrap it down. But one thing I just want to say to all the ladies and gentlemen that is out there that been sending nice notes and messages to my husband and saying nice things about me. I appreciate it. I love you guys, and I wish you all the best and peace and love and happiness. You just take care now. Have a great day.
Make sure to check out the boldest blog at LanceScurv.com and follow Scurv on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube under LanceScurv.